Hey, welcome back to the morning news. Brenda from Tisol is with us once again, as she is every couple of weeks. And today we're talking about foods and how your pets react to it. And we're finding that some dogs and cats will eat a food and then they'll have some reactions to it. So tell us a little bit about what you're hearing from people about those kind of reactions.
Okay. Actually, today I was going to talk about summer stuff, but I decided, with outside there is no summer.
No kidding.
Not yet, anyway. We're still waiting.
But one thing that kind of came to light with some of the summer stuff was taking care of their paws. But paws are a really good indicator, along with ears and their eyes, as to your dog may or may not have allergies.
Okay.
So paws, things like licking, stinky ears. I mean, the ears are going to still smell kind of, musty, but not stinky. And plus, how some dogs get that really brown kind of runny stuff?
Right.
Those can all be symptoms of allergies. Now, it can be allergies to environmental, but in a lot of cases, it can be food.
Okay.
A lot of people are feeding, whatever, and my dog's doing really good, but they don't think about all the bits and pieces that go in with it. So a lot of people, what I suggest to them is to go onto an elimination diet.
Okay.
Which is maybe just chicken and rice or lamb and rice or that sort of thing. Or if they just want to do something completely different, change the protein source.
What is the main protein source that we see in our animals' food?
Chicken, lamb. Yeah.
So if you think that your dog's having an allergic reaction, what are the other options out there for protein?
You can actually go for things like venison. I just brought a couple samples, but venison, duck, bison. You'll find most of the foods now are taking out the grains, being the wheat, the grain, sorghum, that sort of thing, sticking more to your whole grains of, say, rice, barley.
Does the price of food make a difference? Is it more expensive brand a better food and maybe better for your animal than something that may be less expensive?
Generally, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Now, that being said, the food is more expensive to buy. They say this bag here is $20 and the cheaper bag is $15. You're going to end up feeding less of the more expensive food. Plus, you're feeding a better quality. It's the same as us. If we're eating a good home-cooked meal as opposed to whatever from wherever, same deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do as a pet owner when you're going to switch a dog's food? Do you stop giving it what you've been giving it all along and start cold turkey on the new one, or do you?
Generally not advisable, because you get kind of, your extra special gifts in the backyard. So what I generally try to recommend is that 4 days, 5 days, a quarter of the new food, 3/4 of the old food, 3 or 4 days, half and half. You might even do it over a 3-week period. Some people will say a week, 10 days. I like to do a little bit longer. It's a little easier on their tummies.
Now, what about folks who worry that their dog's getting or their cat's getting the same food every day? We don't eat the same food every day, and people are concerned, they might get bored with it, that sort of thing.
Most dogs and cats, especially a dog, they like to say, "Here's my dinner. I know what's going to be in that bowl, and I know it's going to be there at 8 in the morning, 5 at night, or whatever."
Or 4:20 if you're Webster.
Exactly. Yeah, but that being said, a lot of people then, especially if you've got an allergy in your dog, you may want to feed veal venison, I should say, for 6 months, and then switch to a completely different protein source. So, you kind of have to play it by ear a little bit.
For a dog with potential allergies, is raw better?
Depends.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
And it is much harder to feed. There's a lot more work involved with it. But if you've got a dog with really severe allergies, I've seen some amazing things with people that have switched to raw.
All right, Brenda, thanks so much.
Thank
and
you.
of course, if you have any questions, you can contact Brenda at tisol.ca or pop into one of the Tisol outlets around Metro Vancouver. Staff there are always happy to help.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
See you in a couple
Thank you.
weeks.
All right.
There you go, Mark.
All I know is my cat Rachel eats a lot better than I do, so and that'll probably never change.